Hello boxing fans, today we are going to talk about the Amir Khan and Lamont Peterson rematch ordered by the WBA. Okay, then getting straight into this, the whole reason around the rematch is because of a man called Mustafa Ameen. He's an IBF official who on the night had no job. The only thing was he wasn't supposed to be there, and he blagged his way into the stadium all the way up to the apron, somehow handled the scorecards, distracted the real officials, and later was shown how neutral he was by celebrating in the middle of the ring with Lamont Peterson, even putting up his finger for the number one symbol. Peterson's number one. So, getting back into it now, is there a conspiracy? And I think it's possible, maybe, or there's just a hell of a lot of coincidences. For example, the IBF appointed a very inexperienced referee who was at best inconsistent. When if every fight was done just like that fight, there'll be multiple point deductions in every fight. And I mean, another one, for example, would be Robert Helenius versus Derek Chisora. Chisora wouldn't have made it past the second round; he would have been DQ'd. There were three judges with three different scorecards. They were all different until one of them was changed, and that was thanks to Mustafa. Mustafa blacked his way all the way up to the apron and distracted the officials. Mustafa then somehow handled the scorecards, don't know how. There were allegations of tampering of the scorecards by Khan and Buffer. The IBF then lost all the scorecards and then provided a brick wall of silence, not offering anything to anybody. Peterson says, and this is what he said to forget about the investigation and to get on with the rest of your career to Khan. And if you think about it, that could be interpreted as saying he's not going to give him a rematch if he keeps going on about this investigation. You see what I'm saying? The IBF then defended Cooper, and he's not been heard of since. The IBF also refused to give scorecards or tapes to Khan's camp, but the WBA did not. Under investigation, Mustafa is obviously then noticed. Khan went public, and Mustafa was identified by a US-based Irish boxer. Turns out Mustafa also had something to do with the Judah versus Matisse fight, and you know how that ended as well. WBA saw something was wrong and ordered the rematch, and the IBF, well, they're just being consistent now, and they're still staying silent. So the next question is, Khan's getting a lot of flack for this, but why is he getting all this flack? And the answer is obvious. He believes he is better than Lamont Peterson, and he believes that Peterson did not beat him. He thinks he was hard done by, and he thinks there's something else behind it, and he's got the more money so he can find out. And if you ask me, it doesn't take a genius to tell that there was something going on in that fight. If it had anything to do with it being fixed, I don't know. It could have just been one of them things. But you got to realise this is the information age. If you want to find something out, if you've got enough money and know the right people, you can find it out. So then, what about all the people who are saying it cannot be fixed because it was in America and fixes never happen there? Well, I'm just going to read off a few quick names. Judah versus Matisse. Obviously Judah was seen with Mustafa celebrating after he won his IBF Eliminator. Many people thought Judah lost that fight, and it in fact got him a world title shot, which he won, and then he lost his title to obviously Amir Khan, who then lost it to another guy who is friends with Mustafa in Peterson. Okay, we've got Lara versus Williams. All three judges suspended after the robbery of the year. What can you say about that fight? Looking at it now, that fight kept an American's career going so that he could fight for the world title, possibly against Sergio Martinez if he wins another fight or two. If he lost, he would have pretty much had to retire, wouldn't he? And Lara obviously was just a foreign boxer, and his career's, yeah, well, there you go, it's over pretty much, isn't it? Next one, Manny Pacquiao versus Marquez. Marquez seemed to win at least 8 rounds, but with the future fights looming over Manny, that ensured him a victory. And obviously number 4, this is a good one, Lennox Lewis versus Evander Holyfield. There were testimonies that the judges were paid off to keep the American on top. The only thing that happened was he got a draw and later lost the rematch. Other ones I can think of would be Alexander versus Matisse, Alexander versus Kotelnik. Kept another American on top against the foreign boxer. You see, they happen everywhere, mate. They happen everywhere. Last question: could Peterson have done anything to stop all this coming out? And because all this has taken it away from his performance, and the answer is yes. Peterson's been very quiet recently, even though he did say he'd give Khan a rematch in the beginning. There's a lot of people, including myself, and a lot of Khan's haters as well, think that Peterson was lucky and would have lost the rematch. A lot of people think that Peterson will win a rematch, and that's why there has to be a rematch. If Peterson did say to Khan, send me a contract, we'll sort it out, and we'll have a fight in the new year. Right, even if it's just a pre-fight agreement so that they've got it in writing that they will end up fighting each other in 2012, then this whole thing will not have come apart. Right, the thing is, I don't think he's going to give him the rematch, unless it's forced, because I think he can make a lot more money fighting whoever he wants to fight. All you got to remember is, he can fight them all on his terms, people he can beat wherever, whenever he wants. A rematch would give him obviously money, but he wouldn't be able to fight at home. He wouldn't be able to have all these same judges. There'll have to be different judges, and these judges will be totally on their game. They'll be trying to give Khan everything so they don't get slammed and ridiculed afterwards. So, another question: what about a no contest? What do you think about a no contest? And all I can say to this question that have been sent to me is, I really hope not. I think he'll take too much away from Lamont Peterson. I think the best outcome for everyone, and that includes the fans, Team Khan and Team Peterson, is that they just order a rematch. And if Peterson only puts up the WBA title, we know he had no interest in giving the rematch to Khan. And then I guess all the above is justified to an extent. But hopefully they just stick with the rematch. He puts up both belts, and we find out who's the best. The only way I would say a no contest is justified would be if he failed a drug test, or we found out that money was given to the judges in order for Peterson to win. Thanks for listening. Tell me what you think.